Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 234 Essential. My name is Ayomide your AOT2, and I have my co-host here with me. She's not queuing for fuel. She's in her house. She introduce herself.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Ugochi here. Hope you're good.
Yeah. Hope you guys are doing okay. You're doing good wherever you're listening to us. Whether it's Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, UK, Canada, Libya, any country in the world. We hope you guys are doing well and you're doing okay. Thank you guys for
170
listening to 170 countries. Thank you guys for listening to all at least to our last episode, our 200th episode. If you've not listened to it, you can go back and listen to it or catch up on any streaming platform that you use. If you're a first time listener, welcome to 234 Essential, the Nigerian podcast that helps you break down the Nigerian experience and helps make you, or gives you a little bit of sense and insight in what is going on in the country. For example, Nigeria is an oil producing country. We are meant to refine oil in our country, but we export fuel. No, we export crude oil and we now import fuel. This is a country that some refineries are older than some of us, and they've never released 1 barrel of oil. Only it's granite oil. They have never released 1 barrel of granite oil before. And as they say on the streets, if they explain Nigeria to you and you understand, that means they didn't explain it very, very well. It's a baffling nation. So we try our best here every week to help you untangle the mysteries, the iriaye, as Yoruba people will say, of that is called Nigeria. Thank you. If you want to chip in, if you have any observations, any questions or answers, you can send it to us at fanmail at 234essential.com. It also includes a segment called Release Therapy, where you send affairs of the heart to us and we break it down for you and give you advice. But please beware, if symptoms persist after 30 working days, please refer to a professional. No go tell NAFDAC say, now you break your heart, or now you are the reasons why somebody poured acid on you. We are not to be held liable. It's in the fine print. Read the fine print, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
I am very spot on, really. Please seek therapy, whatever it is. If it's a doctor, if it's healing, however it is. Once we tell you what we know, how best we know it, then you can. The rest is up to you, really, and up to God. But also follow us on every social media platform at 234 Essential Podcast. And of course, listen to our previous episode, For the Love of Loi Loi. We're excited to be here. We're happy to be doing this again this week, 201. Somebody said 234 episodes coming up. Yep. Looking forward to 234 episode 234. I wonder what that would be like, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we told you about the fan mail. Let's get into the the mailbag. Shout out to Nipos for doing the honors today. We have you people just like to show that you know book in this our.
I love it all.
Because I'm looking at these are longer than Tinubu speeches to Nigeria. Because Tinubu know they talk to us for this long. Tinubu just read like Twitter DM for us and say, "You fill in the gap." Okay.
Oh my word!
Let me start with the shortest one. Fan mail 1. This is from Yahweh AOT2. Other girls beware.
I love it all.
I do not know. I am single and as a prango.
I could have already claimed you. You can't unclaim yourself now.
This is against my consent. This is marriage assault. This is against my consent.
So you've never met this person? You don't know who this person is at all? No idea.
I have no idea. Maybe when I read it, I'll have an idea, but I don't know. Okay.
Anyway, for the sake of 234, maybe this is actually your wife for real. So
that's all. This mail is to give special appreciation to the Igbo stallion for real. Exclamation mark. Insert sound. President General among the nations. Exclamation.
President General among the nations.
What are the singer? The anger in Ugochi's voice is one many Nigerian women have felt over and over again. No lies were told, and that is in all caps. Exclamation mark. The irritating things on married women of all ages experience in the Lagos dating space are truly unfortunate. I am in my late 20s and can relate to every single thing Ugochi said. Thank you for Thank you for venting on my behalf of venting on behalf of many of us. The only
You're
thing I do not fully
welcome.
agree with, which is understandable as Ugochi spoke from a very relatable perspective, is the talk of bills. For many women, money is not an issue. How many men really have that kind of money that can change their life?
Hmm.
Some of us are crazy to be rich men in a beautiful woman's body. Two crying
Love
emojis with
it.
tears, channeling my inner share. Thank God, many Nigerian men are also looking for rich men. You know those emoji that their eye, the two eye, they look one side.
The
May you
other
not talk.
side.
And this is a whole other conversation. Shout out to Abuja people, unrelated. I'm just greeting you guys in Abuja. Shout out to all the men in Abuja. God will bless your pockets abundantly. Anyway,
Amen.
AOT2, stop all these dangerous jokes about being single. Come get this good IB loving. Stay
Love
awesome now.
it.
I hope IB is like international borrow and not Ibadan because
Hey.
it's not giving. Nigerian romance is not giving. It's a struggle.
So I don't want to marry somebody that's from IB.
For which one is IB? I don't understand though. When there's
Ibadan, not
a
me now.
Dubai, there's Paris, there's London, there's Washington DC. It's not Ibadan. I'll now go to. No, no, no,
It
no,
needs
no.
homegrown, my G. Homegrown.
I don't like
You need to be
homegrown.
looking for
Please,
homegrown things.
I like international. Thank you.
Okay. All
Do you have any
right.
comments about this fan mail?
Big shout out to Yahweh with you too for writing this fan mail. First off,
Mhm.
um, I completely agree with you, and really, I'm so see you guys today. First off, disclaimer: my mood is a little low. I don't know. Many things are just happening, small things here and there, but we'll get to that eventually. But yeah, I agree with you, and thank you for being on this with me, and for the shout out. Really appreciate it. Trust me, I'm not a anything I say here. Trust on 234 is definitely from my perspective, and I'm happy that you also just see. You also could find like you could find your own thoughts along the line with what I was saying. So love it. Thank you very much. Very excited for this. But yeah, please let us know your name. You can invite me out. I'll tell you everything about AOT2 as well. We can package it nice. All this one he's saying right now is just, a little fuzzy here and there. Nigeria is just giving him stress this week. Don't worry, later I'll put in a good word. Just let me know what's going on. You understand?
All right,
That's what I wanted to
all right.
say. You're up
Fan
for
mail,
auction.
yeah, now so fan mail two, and this is from Phoenix, a writer. I think she has sent, or he has sent, or she has sent. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah,
Mail before.
recently.
Hey
Big
guys,
shout out
trust
to
you have been good.
Phoenix.
I've been thinking about a statement someone made on Twitter some weeks ago on how if you have 40 million, you should never be thinking about leaving Nigeria. Well, it depends. Now I'm adding my own. It depends. If the
Mm,
person has never seen 40 million before, maybe. So that could be also his POV. I refuse
mm,
to call people who think like that ignorant. However, I believe they don't have holistic perspectives. If you ask a fish how much it likes water, he will ask you what is water. To understand my perspective better, I will be looking at it from the context of what makes the average human fulfilled, breaking this into three sections: standard of living, career economics, and economics. Two, standard of living, career, and economics. One, standard of
mm.
living. I just want to add again that this person put it in bullet points. So this person went to, he didn't go.
It's a
This person didn't go to.
presentation.
This person didn't go to a Wayland Nursery and Primary School. He went to some
Where
Montessori,
is that?
type of place. Oh, you don't know that place? That's my alma
Iwela.
mater. A Wayland Big Leaf Nursery and Primary School.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, so
Is it really your alma
yeah.
mater though?
Yes, I spent 2 weeks there
Oh,
in
nice.
in that nursery also. Before I was whisked away into a
Mm.
better place called Little Angels in Apapa. Thank God for life.
Oh,
Yes, it's
I remember Little Angels. So
thank
cute.
God, thank God that there's also that the trenches was not for this guy. I
Do you
cannot be in the
understand? You
trenches.
can't cope here.
Oh, I cope in the low. Okay, back to the email. The basic amenities such as food, clothing, water, electricity, and internet are alien to us. People don't understand how much lack we live in. On minimum wage in the struggling UK, you can afford all these things without it even feeling like an aspiration. When I walk down the produce aisle, I'm overwhelmed with 10 types of berries, kiwis, bananas, etc. All at very affordable prices compared to the minimum wage. The internet in my bathroom is 1.2 gigabytes bytes per second. Clothes are cheap and last longer. I drink water from my kitchen sink and park fountains. There are over 10 beaches within a 30-minute drive, and I've never paid a dime for anything. The public transit is operational 24/7 and it feels very safe and clean. You can literally sleep on the floor. I pay 20 euros for a pass that enables me to use all forms of transportation for the entire month. Everything I mentioned here is affordable with less than a week of minimum wage. I have $4,000 in Nigeria. I was robbed 3 times in 2 years at gunpoint,
Hmm.
2 times in traffic. Police caught two of the guys, but nothing came from it. While the case was going on, the police posted my full name and address to the media, and I had to flee from the courteous robbers. I think I know this person. I worked in
Mm.
healthcare. I've seen crazy things. People dying because there's no anti-snake venom, malaria medication. Nepa took light me surgery. My uncle died after being stabbed because they need police report. My car
Hmm.
spinning 10 times because of the bottle that almost took my life. First of all, I hope that you're outside the country because it's clear that is it that your
Nigeria is
village
after
people
your life.
or Nigeria is after your life. And I hope that in
Honestly.
the UK, cover yourself with the blood of lamb because some Nigerians might come and want to touch you again there and transfer the
Still not
infirmities and the
touch.
please do not please marry Oyibo. Do not marry anybody that is black at all. Oyibo foolproof. Thank you. Moving back to the email. I've been to over 30 states in Nigeria. People in Lagos, Abuja, and the metropolitan live. No, you see, please. When you say Lagos and Abuja, it has finished. There's no metropolitan again. So let me read that
Mm.
again. Over 60% of Nigerians live outside metropolis. It's over 60% of Nigerians live outside metropolis areas. And bro, if you see suffering, you ask them why they never considered seppuku. Seppuku is suicide in
Sep-
Japanese. Yeah,
mm.
a rich woman went to a
Seppuku?
top of yeah. A rich woman went to a
Oh.
top hospital in Lagos and she was given the wrong blood because testing kits for blood type was faulty. People have found out later that in life that they actually AA, not AS, after a series of 40 tests. That one is steady. All this is just healthcare alone. Please, which of these will your 40 million save you from? Career. I graduated with a first class, fourth ever for my 40-year-old department. I was the best student
Wow.
in the department and faculty and won the most prizes on convocation day. I was guaranteed a job as a lecturer by university, but I still had to bribe different people, HODs, etc., before I was allowed to do NYC, after which the full time offer disappeared. Glow gave me an award and a job on graduation day, after which the contract person disappeared and refused to pick calls.
Hmm.
Later, I found out someone in Senate building diverted my job to another person. Doing my MBA in the top 10 school in the world made me realize that I was smarter than most of my prestigious classmates, but they were far ahead of me in life by far because the systems I worked in had limitations to growth and development. If you are 35 here, what you are struggling to call success, people with less intelligence have achieved in 10 years back. I've achieved it 10 years back. Nigeria stifles your career significantly, and most of this is institutionalized cultural backwardness and lack of resources to move your needle. Economics. Bubu, Mayfi, and Bat has reduced revenue and has increased debt so much that our children's children will pay in those debts. Me, I'm not even paying for nothing, so I don't know about that one. What is moving away from so expect revenues to keep dropping sharply, especially after 2030 ESG targets. This debt will be paid, and the people secured and enjoying the money have children with other citizenship. So they won't be joking with your lineage in paying that money. Read about countries in austerity and you will have a better idea of what is coming. There are three monetary tools in economics, and do you can only do a maximum of two. These are free cash flows, exchange rate management, and monetary autonomy. A logical person in Nigeria would think, why don't we let go of monetary autonomy so we can allow people bring money in and ask for investments while also having a balanced and secure exchange rate? The person is too logical for Nigeria, as the lawmakers who need to be able to print money, they don't have to fund things that are not needed. Will never allow monetary autonomy to go for the greater good. There's no futuristic hope in any way in that country. The last money in the country we have is the one they used to buy the coffin to bury the green white green in. Now wow. There's nothing mentioned here that your 40 million will save you from. Even Dagote they cry. And you think you are safe. Zimbabwe are looking at us and laughing. In a village of quadriplegics, the man who has one functioning limb is the king. Metropolitan Nigerians have called themselves kings and declared that all you need is 40 million. As a man who has earned more than that, I can assure you that you will cry. Even your politicians send their children away and you think you can be insulated. There's a part of this movie called Life of Pi. There's a part of this movie called Life of Pi, which note, please, if you know you are chronically sad as a human being, please do not watch that movie. I'm begging him of God. I watched that movie and I didn't understand
Yeah.
the end. Have you watched the movie?
I haven't though.
I'll tell you
But
the
I've
movie.
seen
Let
it
me
though. I've seen like the trailer.
tell you the movie after reading this email. He was stranded on the sea and
Okay.
finally found an island with unlimited food, water, and resources. And he was the only one there. He was happy until he realized the island kills you slowly and your days are numbered. He took his raft and paddled away as fast as possible. Take this from what you can. Till next time, yours faithfully, Phoenix. Phoenix, we thank you for the email. But you see, we were very happy people um, before you sent this email. Please, we understand 40 million is nothing, but please, allow us. We that are not yet climbed the fence, allow us, please. I beg you in the name of God. And we must also understand that not every Nigerian can leave Nigeria. Some people wish to, but they cannot. Some don't even have
Yeah.
the how much they don't even have the 10 million, that maybe 10 or 20 million, 15 million to live at the end of the day. And I keep saying that even though Jackpot is a strong alternative for many people, majority of the country can live. And it is even logically impossible for 200 million Nigerians to leave Nigeria. It's
Yeah.
impossible. Yeah, at the end of the day. So, um, the next thing is to just carry gun. But you people are not yet ready in Nigeria. So, you continue watching Big Brother.
Everybody keeps saying this carry gun thing.
Okay.
Is that is I don't I feel like we're joking about it, but like we're really serious about it.
I'm joking. It's in the stars.
I beg go if
Yeah.
everybody carry gun to be bloody, oh, it's not just be the
No,
annoying
it's
thing.
not going to be bloody. It's the people's, it's whose blood. As long as it's not the blood of the innocent, I'm fine. I'm cool.
Obviously, it's going to be the blood of the innocent now. Look at all the things that have happened in Nigeria, at least in the past
Ugochi,
5 years.
there's a balance
Eh?
in life. See, there's always a balance in life. Eh?
Mm.
The of the innocent have watered this nation. There's a time God will say, you know what, the blood of the guilty, let it start flowing. Let it start flowing like the plague in Egypt. Let it
Is
flow like the
I
plague.
think so. Looking at something on TikTok recently, and somebody was saying something. She mentioned that we always think that life is filled with good and evil, right? Like obviously, like everything, there's the balance, there's yin yang, good and evil. However, just because a person was bad doesn't mean that they will actually be punished in this life in the ways that we imagine. It probably will never happen. That's the truth. And if the average Nigerian should lay their hand on a gun, rest assured that the corruption that they are seeing is their neighbor, not the presidency, not the senators, not the governors, not the LGA chairman, not nobody. The next person that they are seeing as their problem is their neighbor. They're going to go and
Uh,
kill their neighbors first.
Ugochi,
Mm.
have you watched Game of Thrones before?
I've watched this now.
Eh,
My
you know
series.
Sansa Stark, Abby. You know Sansa Stark.
I know sounds.
You know she had a list of people say she go buy.
Mm,
Me, I have a
mm.
list. Make gun just reach my
Is
house.
it
Me, I already have.
Salsa? No, Ira, the Aya stack. The last, the
Sorry.
small girl now.
Okay, yes, sorry. I did mix the name up.
Mm,
Sorry. Okay, yeah.
mm.
Has a list. Which I have a list. Don't worry. Me, I'm a sharpshooter. I know where I'm going to. I know where me I'm going to. Don't worry.
I,
Don't just talk.
I don't know about that too. You like this, you
Onward.
that you're afraid of blood.
Okay.
Only person that is giving birth, I show you blood like this, you are crying, you are
No,
running. You know how
no,
to carry
no.
gun to shoot somebody.
Yeah, I know I'm
Eh?
going to faint. Faint. So that one, no, we need to worry about that one. Anyway, Life of Pi, if you've not watched it, is an India movie. They
Mm,
speak English, I think so.
mm,
So there is this family, well to do Indian family, right? They're
mm-hmm,
quite, they have small money. They they went on a boat, they went on a ship, on a cruise, right? That
mm-hmm.
cruise, that cruise uh, sunk, just like the Titanic
Oh,
sunk, every shipwreck. They had a tiger in their family or something. I don't know if they're the ones
mm,
that had it, but the tiger was on the boat too.
on the boat.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's only the boy in that family that survived and the tiger.
Mm, wow.
They were marooned on in the sea for months. For months. That boy almost saw madness. You know what they call, he almost ran insane.
Hallucination.
Hallucination. He was hallucinating.
Mm,
He was on the same patch of boat, maybe small boat or the life raft with a tiger,
Mm-hmm.
a Bengal tiger. The name of the tiger was called Richard Parker. Richard
What's
Parker.
called what?
Richard Parker. Richard and Parker. So they
Mm-hmm.
call him
Mm-hmm.
Richard Parker. See, the way this boy was hungry, oh my lord. He was hallucinating. Some days it
Can
will
you
rain on the
imagine?
it will rain in the ocean and the waves will just be carrying him up and down. It was really hunger. You're really emaciated. Then he saw one
Wow.
island. He went to that island and there was food on that island. And he was eating the island. But he later found out that island kills living things. It absorbs you.
Mm.
So he had to leave. I think he took some of the mangoes or something there and he had to leave.
Mm.
Luckily, when he almost died, when him and those tiger almost died, some sailors saw him. They approached an island and they were able to rescue him. And the
Oh,
tiger
great.
that he had suffered so much with just looked back at him and entered the jungle on the inner island. Not a hello, not a hi, not anything.
Not a
And I said,
buy.
not a bye. And I said, so what is the moral of this story now? Because I don't know why this is so I thought that maybe they'll say some of his family members were alive. No, no.
Was is a story of resilience and friendship. It shows
I
that.
know the anointing. You know the anointing. When he went to
Tell
when they took
me,
him to the hospital, when they took him to the hospital and he told them that story, they thought he was lying. Everything that
I
happened
can
during his voyage,
imagine.
they thought that he was hallucinating. No, that's a very sad
Maybe he
story.
was
Ah,
some
some
part
people
of it
had
anyway.
some people had other theories that he ate his family members on that boat.
Oh
I
wow.
don't know. I say yeah.
Me,
I've
me
only watched
trick
that
me
thing
this
once.
though.
Where?
How come the tiger never ate the guy? Never ate the
So
boy?
I think there was a pig that survived. I think there are a few animals that survived, and the tiger ate
Mm,
those animals. It's been a while I watched it, like
mm,
10 or 12 years.
and never ate the boy.
He never ate. That's the thing again. We don't understand why he never ate the boy. Because this
Hmm.
was if you see
Interesting.
this tiger, but if you see this tiger,
I've seen the trailer, a very healthy, heavy tiger like this, but I
very
don't think I ever
carnivorous,
watched the movie.
very carnivorous tiger. Not be vegetarian at all.
Oh my word, that's interesting.
Mhm.
The spiritualists will say that the boy was filled with the spirit and guided. That's why
Okay,
nothing happened to him. I know
probably.
became in
Yeah.
sync with the tiger spirit because all of nature is one, right? So
Mhm.
maybe all of that's shenanigan, but that's an interesting story. Oh. And then going to an island that kills living things. Ah, Uga.
Yeah.
But to this fan mail, I mean, I hear this person, Phoenix. I hear Phoenix. First of all, Phoenix is becoming very consistent with sending us fan mail. So big shout out to Phoenix, whoever you are and wherever in the world you are. You seem like a very high achiever, from the things that you said, going to one of the 10 best business schools, blah blah. No blah blah last part. It's not anything, but and so on and so forth. However, as AOT2 said, very correct. We can't all leave Nigeria, right? Everybody can't empty Nigeria and run. At some point, and not everybody who goes abroad is also successful. I think that's another picture that we sort of paint that also has moved some people to go abroad and would rather live illegally abroad than to be in Nigeria. Listen, whatever the decision is, I always say like whatever the decision is, you decide to stay, you decide to go, great. However, um well, sometimes we some people say some things here in Nigeria, like say somebody saying if they see 40 million naira, why are they leaving Nigeria? Maybe they've already found out for themselves how they can cope in Nigeria, because say big man big problem, right? You have some problems like this, where we say good, they look and say this person is still battling with this thing, but for that person, that's like a huge deal, right? And if somebody gets 40 million naira, which in reality in Nigeria, the average person cannot see 40 million naira. Where even people that are trying to jackpot right now that have steady, stable jobs are struggling to raise the money for relocation, struggling to nail to raise the money for relocation. Relocation is not bad. However, it would be nice to also sort of think of how we want to recreate Nigeria, because I think some episodes ago I said this thing. We now have meet like people in our circles who have already started going into government or are close to the government, and except we're rewriting, we're going with the flow, which is what I feel like we're always sometimes doing. We're going with the flow. It's about time we put our foot down longer. You can't start a fight today and expect to be victorious today. The people you called at the beginning of your fan mail, BAT, Mefi, um, what's his name now? Tinubu, Buhari, all these guys, they have gone through a systemized form. In fact, the system of corruption that they understand is still evergreen in Nigeria till today. And if we're not willing to rewrite that or try to come to some place where we can have a semblance of normalcy, we'll continue to run away. And to what end, really? Like, to what end? The country is not getting any better. Your family is going to be here, or some people that you know are going to still be here. I mean, lucky you if you can move your entire family out of the country. But somehow, when you even leave Nigeria, I think you even become more curious about Nigeria when you're outside the country. That's the truth. Because the news just happens every day. The stupidity goes on and on and on. But for how long? I mean, I hear Ayo on this gun p, right? Like, we need to be violent. That's the truth at some point, because it makes no sense logically what's happening in the country. But I mean, if somebody says 40 million naira is good enough for them to stay in Nigeria, then 40 million naira is good for them to stay in Nigeria. There's no two ways about it. Everybody comes to a point where they decide for themselves how they want their life to look, right? And there's an Igbo adage that says, I don't know how to say it in Igbo, I'll say it in English. Whenever anybody wakes up, that's their morning, right? So make we they look first of all. If I'm even tired because today this country has really, I'm tired. I don't even have strength to defend Nigeria today. I hope and pray for a better Nigeria. Me, I shall know my own plans for my life by the grace of God, and I know the plans of that God has for my life. Get what I mean? Oh my god, I hate I said that, but here's the thing. Everybody
Preach it.
everybody
Preach
and
it.
their own. Eh?
I said preach it. Preach it.
Do you get what I mean? Like, see, everybody and their own at the end of the day. Some people they say they enjoy the country as it is. So some people are not enjoying it. And the people that are not enjoying it, there are a lot. A whole lot. And I think that sometimes we point at our leaders too much, but we fail to even look at ourselves. Even as people, we're very uncouth. We lack decorum as people. We lack manners. We lack yes, Nigeria is stifling. I agree completely. I think I say it sometimes here too. You think that you're not productive because you're a lazy person, but the truth is that you don't have light. You don't have light. There's no fuel. You've not eaten. Bills everywhere. You're not thinking about the things that are productive. You're thinking about the things that you just need to survive. And yes, it's retrogressive. It's repressive. It's annoying. But we push forward now. What are we going to do at the end of the day?
Onward, onward, soldier. Onward, Christian
Ah,
soldier.
what do we stand to
So
do?
using the my veto power, I will not be reading the next fan mail. We'll read it next week.
Really?
That's because this
Let me.
fan mail has the same tone and anger as the second fan mail. I mean, I don't want to overdose of Nigeria. Thank you. So we'll honorably skip it until next episode. Trex, TREX. Don't worry, we'll read it. But I can see
Yes.
some
So
vim and fire because I'm seeing one headline: Nigeria is a gutter.
I'm telling
Another one
you, you
again:
saw it too.
your strength is failing you.
I promise
Nigeria is
you.
dead. Bros, calm down. We know. Calm down. Calm down.
Jesus
Woosah, this is
Christ.
not good. Stress, it is not making your body. Stress is a silent killer. That's what your doctor will tell you.
See,
Stress is a silent killer. So please, we'll read it next week, Lord willing. If Jesus tarries, let speak like all those older millennials. If Jesus
yes.
tarries, we will read it.
Wait, I think we need to do some cleansing of energy here before we continue on this podcast
Which one
first.
be cleansing of energy?
If you're any, just follow, just look, just follow just this prompt, this small prompt. It's very little exercise. Everybody who's listening right now, if you're listening to 3 4 right now, please just drop whatever it is you're doing and take a deep breath in.
Usa. Usa.
Just breathe in first and then breathe out.
Ushi.
Do this a couple of times. If you can do this 2 3 times, amazing. Please. The energy that we have started this podcast with, be like say in one day, there's a way it is. It's not bubbling, it's not jumping, and we need to change that. And now
It's not
the fan mail too.
Glasgow. Glasgow. Everywhere is Glasgow.
Do you understand it? I
Yeah.
beg. I've already said that Nigeria is making me feel some type of way today, and really just life in general. But I beg. This Nigeria is dead. Run away from the country. We are dying. It feels like doomsday preaching. We hear you and we love you guys for this doomsday preaching. However, one step at you cannot, if we enter panic mode now, people will make mistake. A lot of people will make mistake. I hate to panic in certain situations, but it just, I don't know, I feel some anxiety bubbling up in me. So let's do some housekeeping and just rest our nerves a little first before we go in, because after this episode recording, I want to be rested. I want to feel rested, and I hope everybody also feels rested after. The idea is to, just calm down, okay? Be calming down small. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Chill. Okay, now we can go on. AOT2,
All
Mr.
right.
Esquire, CBIC, Daddy Gio, tell us what's happening next. What's
All
happening?
right. After dodging all the Nigerian missiles, thankfully, we'll do what we
Landmines.
call catch up time. Let us catch up and see what's going on. Ugochi, how's your week?
The way you take attack me just now, I just like go to your house. It was good. I had a good week. Not so much. I didn't stress myself so much. I didn't. There was not so much happening. Um, I went back, as I said the last episode. I've gone back to the gym. My legs hurt like shit right now. I also started swimming lessons. So whoop whoop to me. I've always wanted to learn how to swim, and
Woo,
I think
that's
now is
nice.
the perfect time. I know. Um, and to anyone who just really wants to start something, especially something they really want to do, I'll say just start, because and have the mindset that it will actually work out. Because I don't know, I feel like I needed to see that somehow, and I say it mostly also to myself, right? But yeah, I had an interesting past week. I don't even know where to start from. I mean, I was just good. I don't, there's so much to talk about and so much to say, but I really am just actually deeply emotionally tired. I don't know if
And
anybody
just give
else
us
feels that way.
a summary,
A
a
burner.
three line summary.
Okay, so I think I've already said the first 2 lines. Um, what else? I mean, it's also been a great week for self care. But self care from part of eating, feeding myself. So I'm telling you guys every other thing, but the thing that really happened. So please bear with me. I'm not just yet in the mental space to talk about those things, because it's also a little heavy for me. However, great self care week. I've had some tasks to complete. Almost halfway done, so that's good for me. Really chilled and mellow. Really didn't have any much going on this week. I think I've been in a mental space where I find myself wanting to be more by myself. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I don't know, it says a transformative time in your life when you feel like you no longer want to you no longer want to hmm, how do I put it? You no longer want you're not ready, you don't have the mental, emotional, physical capacity anymore to log on too many responsibilities or too many emotions at the same time. So you really just take it one step at a time. I already said it like some episodes ago. Like I'm looking at what is looking at me. If you look at me, then I'm looking at you. If you're not looking at me, then I'm not looking at you. Like, and this goes for everything in my life right now because really, as a person, I'm exhausted. I'm genuinely tired, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. And tired for many reasons, overwhelmed, uncertain about what's next to come. I find myself these days praying for what to do next. I really don't know what to do next. I don't know the next step to take. I don't know how I want to go about certain things. Um, but yeah, I'm enjoying my company more these days. I always have, but now it's probably getting worse if you want to look at it in that way. I feel that there are certain things that I you know how they say if you want to grow, you need to be disciplined in a certain way.
Yeah.
You know how they say that thing like, oh, if you want to grow, you need to have a routine. Great, like be disciplined in a certain way, basically.
Yeah.
Um, but I find myself in a difficult place, in a very precarious situation, really, because it's not that I don't want to have a routine. But by the time you then start the routine and then you meet hiccups and it's so difficult, that shaky place where you don't know, should I go back to the routine? Should I go back? Should I just let things flow and see how it goes?
Yeah.
Or do I build a routine and then stick to the routine against all odds? That flexibility, that's that space in between where there's like a gray area, whether you want to be flexible or you want to be rigid. Somehow somewhat where I am right now.
Okay.
And it's interesting. It's interesting to see. I feel like I'm speaking in parables also in some way because I don't want to talk about particular things, but know that I'm just in that space, in just a weird space for now. For I hope by the next episode, of course, I'll be better, definitely better. But right now, I'm just in that headspace, and it's a little overwhelming for me.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but hoping for the best.
All right.
They say expecting the worst, but yeah, also expecting the worst, good or bad. We're children of God, so we stand firm. Period.
All
That's
right.
basically my week. And how's
Um,
your week been?
my week was fine. It was packed with activities. I went for an EP listening on Friday. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, interesting.
Friday. Then I caught cold on Sunday. One nasty cold like this that has been
Oh
going around.
dear.
Terrible. My body
Sorry.
aching me. Aching me. Thanks. I think I had the flu or something, sha. Uh, I went to the chemist. All the medicine they gave me, 10,000 naira. I said, wow. Okay,
Mm.
it's all good.
Really?
10,000 naira in these hard times. Just take somebody's
Oh,
10,000 like
don't
that.
kill me.
Anyway, I used the drugs that was good. And it's because I was hosting an event the next day. I wanted to make sure I didn't go there like, all messed up and everything. And when I woke up in the morning, it was fine. So I hosted an event for Sonic Music Publishing. They were inducting or they were signing in a few Nigerian legends to their publishing company.
Okay.
That Green. So his estate came up. They were around. They represented him. Kwam won. Adewale Ayuba was there. Saido Shupa's representatives were there. I think there's somebody else I'm forgetting. Barrister, yes, the late great Barrister who invented Fuji music.
Mm-hmm.
His family representative came also. So I hosted that event for Sony Music Publishing at
Oh,
Oriental. Yeah,
nice.
I saw Ugochi's friend. She was the one that even called me. I said AOT2. I was like, who is this? I don't know this person. No. She now say, do you know Kofo? I said, in my mind, I was like, who is that? Say, I know you and Ugochi in the podcast. Does Ugochi talk about me? I just said, let me say yes. So I say, yeah, I know you now.
What do
Yes.
you mean? I'm always telling you about my friend and lawyer now.
It was not when she was not past when she was not going, she took like two steps. And I, wait, you were meant to come for that event last year. She said, yeah. I said,
Yeah.
hey, now I know you. Yeah, now I know you. So she was
Big
there.
shout out to Barista Kofo.
Yeah, it was a good event on Monday. I ignored all the fuel scarcity queues I saw on the way. Um, got home. Tuesday was pretty chill. Wednesday's been pretty chilled also. My week has been so not too stressful. Ignoring Nigeria and its problems, and yeah, we thank God that we have the ability to go to work and make money, and it's all
Yes,
good.
so
Hmm.
thank God for that. For sure, for sure. I
Yeah,
know you said no, you guys had proper lights. So
yeah, we've had proper lights for a minute.
it was morning has come on. You guys are the
Now,
one
so
enjoying this administration. I also you're part of the people that used to say that have been saying that this administration will favor me and my family.
no,
You're there.
who has said that? Who has said that in the last 1 year? Is it light that's worried? Please. Light is the compensation price they should even give ourselves because it is what it
See,
is. It is
it's
what it
so
is.
crazy. I want to talk to you. I want to say something, but then it skipped my mind just now.
What was
Ah,
that?
please talk about this event that you just mentioned right now about the Sony event and signing up people. I see
Yeah.
that the people that they're signing on. Oh, tell me what is dynamics because I don't understand. Make it plain.
Okay.
Explain it to me like I'm five because I really don't get it,
Okay.
and I'm sure like.
As a songwriter, right?
Mm-hmm,
So music can be monetized in two ways, right? The
mm-hmm.
masters. The masters is the physical recording of the song itself. That includes the
Okay.
vocals, the instrumentals, and everything on that song you listen to.
Mm-hmm,
So when they say masters, that's the finished output of the song, the whole song in its
mm-hmm,
entirety, the lyrics, the
mm-hmm.
chorus, the instrumental. Now another way you can monetize music, which is the oldest way for you to monetize music, is called publishing.
Okay.
Publishing only deals with the lyrics. It doesn't deal with the whole song. The song is the finished product. The lyrics are just the words in the song, right? So
Mm-hmm,
there's something called publishing. Now, if
mm-hmm,
you are a composer or a songwriter and you write songs, right? You need your
mm-hmm.
rights, you need your intellectual property. For every song you write, that's your intellectual property. You
Yeah.
need it to be protected so that it will not be it won't be people can't just jack it and not give you royalties
Mm-hmm,
for it. Or
mm-hmm.
you also need it to be how will I put it now?
Is it
You
like
need it to be
trademarked?
yeah, you need it to be trademarked. Yes, you need
Okay.
it to be trademarked. So you can write a song and nobody has even sang it yet, but you already signed a publishing deal with Sony, right? And they take care of all that for you. So that when an artist buys your song and he sings it, you get a certain percentage of every royalty that comes. So everything
Mm.
is makes sense. Now, what the case that we've dealt with over the years, especially when it comes to
Okay.
Nigerian music legends,
Mm-hmm.
their songs were not properly trademarked. Let me use that word.
Okay.
So when a who is somebody new now, let's say a new artist comes and sings a particular melody that you sang already on a song, or you
Mm.
wrote, or uses your lyrics, or
Mm-hmm.
takes a part of that recording that you made, the lyrics of that recording, and samples it directly. Like Ashake's
Mm-hmm.
Wajo Fine Girl. That's
Yeah.
not
Mm-hmm.
that's not Ashake singing, that's Adewale Ayuba singing it.
Yes.
So they sampled out from the original recording, which was Raise the Roof with Jasmine Alofi and Ayuba. And
Mm-hmm.
what Sony Music Publishing does now is that, oh, they can go and meet Empire, even though Empire did the right thing, sha. But let's imagine that
Mm-hmm.
Empire, that Ashake didn't do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
They can go and meet Empire that is our client song. He needs to get so and so percentage of every royalty stream that this song is making. And
Interesting.
he also needs to be on the credit as a songwriter on the song. So if you check
Mm-hmm.
that song active on any platform, you see Adewale
Mm-hmm.
Ayuba, and you will also see Jasmine laughing because that song is a Jasmine laughing song.
Mm.
Yes, so just yes, because you sampled the master already.
Mm.
Once you sample the master of a recording, everybody that's a composer, even producer, if the producer is listed as a composer, needs to get credit and needs to get royalty. That's the way
Interesting.
it works. So for Nigerian music legends, you see that people jack their stuff and don't give them credits, don't give them royalty, this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what Sony Music is doing right now, they are signing these legends and they are now helping them to monetize their catalog. Go and
Interesting.
chase all the loose money that's out there. So if somebody samples Eddie Kwanzaa, Sony Music will just go there
Yeah.
and just say, "Okay, our money
Mm-hmm.
and our credit." So that's what it means basically. And this is how music
Interesting.
industry makes money. Yeah. So as a music writer, as a songwriter, you might not even release any record in your life, but as long as you keep selling those songs and they give you credit
Mm-hmm.
and they give you royalty, you are paid for life.
But this is a practice that has been on. Has is this
Yes.
because okay? I don't know
Decades,
if this is
decades.
eh.
It has been on for decades.
Yes, but has it been on for decades in Nigeria, or this
I
is maybe in the past
no,
20 years or 10 years? This has
I
there's
don't
been
think
more
so.
enlightenment as regards this. Okay.
Because back then, sampling of music or using other people's lyrics were not really popular. Everybody wanted to be original. But
Mm-hmm.
now that sampling is a big thing, and everything. So I'll say
Mm-hmm.
it's because we now have like international players in the market right now that have
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
ability to enforce it. Sony Music Publishing is the largest publishing company in the world. It has everybody from
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson, Drake, Beyonce, Jay Z, Fela,
Massive
um,
portfolios. Mm-hmm.
Burna. See, the amount of people they have there is just insane. So they have the largest market, and they only deal with
Yeah.
songwriters. So they can
Mm-hmm.
go and knock on anybody's door, bro. They're owing us money.
Mm-hmm.
Ademola Yuba could not go and meet Empire. No, I'm not saying use that as an example. Because you are
Mm-hmm.
one, they'll look at you like this one person. But once Sony Music is coming, that's serious.
Mm-hmm.
So because you don't enter legal issues. So because
Interesting.
of what has happened in the music industry in the last 10 years, people are now becoming
Mm-hmm.
more aware that you can't support my song anyhow. You have to give me credit, you have to give me royalty. I own some of that because you've
Interesting.
used my melody, you've used my rhythm, or you've used my lyrics. Or if you just jacked
Mm.
away from the original song and just put it on your own song. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting, because when you mentioned the names of people, I mean, you mentioned Dagreen, and I'm like, but Dagreen is no longer alive. Who's that? Like, how is
So
that going to happen?
so somebody can just say how to sample Dagreen songs. So that
Mm-hmm.
enough is making money for him. So Sony Music is
Of course.
representing him now. So they just give the money
Mm-hmm.
to his estate, whoever is handling his estate, his mother, his
Mm.
sister, whoever.
Mm.
And they make sure that his people, his next of kin, are enjoying the fruit of his labor.
Of course, of course.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's fantastic, and I think
yeah.
that that's a step in the right direction. It also then makes like it probably like how do I put it? It puts clarity on many things. Then, maybe
Yes, it does.
Nigerians now, or Nigerian creatives will be more cautious about jacking people's sounds. I
They
guess.
should be. They
Um,
should be. Yeah.
mhm. So
There's a
I
popular artist. Sorry, there's a popular artist
no,
that
no, go.
there's one popular artist that sampled Fela. That song did not last 24 hours on YouTube. It was taking. So you can't even sample Fela. They are coming for you. They are not even playing. They will
I'm
come
not
for you
playing around.
sharply. Yeah,
The pride
because
of Afrobeats. What?
yeah, because even the his catalog is he probably has like the most valuable catalog for a Nigerian artist of all time.
Wow.
Yeah. He wanted to buy it from his family for like $1 million
Back then.
one time. I don't even know back then. I can't remember. I think it was back then, and he didn't sell also. And they're still disturbing his family that is it for sale? And his eldest Yenikuti, he said that
Mm,
if the owner didn't sell it and he left it for his children so that they can enjoy, why should it be now that is me that want to sell it? Because there are grandchildren that are coming already. There are already grandchildren. Great
exactly.
grandchildren too should enjoy the benefit, enjoy from his discography. So yeah, yeah.
Interesting. The building family or building generational wealth has started, and it's not just by stealing Nigerian money.
No, it's not.
I
It's not. It's
had
not.
to
You
put
can. It's
that there. I'm
possible.
sorry.
It's possible.
Do
You
you
can do
understand?
it in Nigeria. It's
Exactly.
possible. It's possible.
With This conversation had there was something on my mind. I feel like first of all, when we come on 234, 234 is unscripted. Everybody, because you don't know, it's really unscripted. And sometimes I tell myself that, hey God, let
Giving
me not
Nana,
go and say nonsense.
you
Eh?
giving Nana heart attack. Oh. You giving Nana as if said unscripted. No, but I did those scripts. No.
I mean,
Nana,
so we
Nana, Ugochi owes you rice when you see her next time. Owes you
see
rice.
smalls now. It's in the Nana even owe me self. Oh. Nana is now a big man oh, in this country. He's
Afrobeats,
chopping. Do you
Afrobeats
understand?
to the world.
Chopping
Yeah.
Afrobeats money. I've told him that he should that in fact next time that we see him, Nana, pizza is on you first of all because I know that you are eating money. Nana told me recently, say if my mouth's not dry, say mouth dry. Oh. But that's by the way, right? I've been thinking. Anytime I come on 235, I tell myself like, man, I don't know what I'm going to say. Really, you guys. Yes, it's been such a long time, but I really don't. Sometimes I'm blank. I don't know what to say. I'm like, hey, let me not go and blab. However, something was on my mind earlier today. Big shout out to certain pages I follow on Instagram. There's a question coming for this from this, so stay with
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
I follow certain pages on Instagram, TikTok. If you follow me on especially Instagram, you see me post from pages like Emotionally Perfect, With the Urban, Revive Nation. I've been really working. I'm always in my mind, right? So I'm consistently feeding my mind with things. And something came to my mind today, and I was thinking to myself that with more awareness, have we become more sensitive? And if yes, how is this sensitivity looking for us as a people, say 10, 20 years down the line? So, that's my question, first of all. Do you think that we have become more aware, and with this awareness, do you think we have become more sensitive, or we are just more, or we're just merely more enlightened? And when I say merely, I do not use it loosely to demean or anything, but like,
I think we
are
are
we just?
aware,
Mhm,
but I'm not sure about the sensitive part. I think we are aware of a lot of things, but how it applies to us as human beings, I don't know. Uh, I don't think, in terms of knowledge, I think the time we're living in human history is the most knowledgeable. But when you see things happening, you're not wondering like, bro, what's happening here? So we have the information, but I don't think it's impacting us the way it should impact us. I think people are still caught up in the merry-go-round of humanity and living, and things that have been done in the past before that are still haunting us. So yeah.
I get them. You just said something that we have information, and how we're using it is like up to us. I was having a conversation some weeks ago with someone. The person said knowledge isn't power. The
Yeah.
application of knowledge is power. The use of that knowledge is power. You can be
Mhm.
a knowledgeable person and you're not using your knowledge for anything. It's just like having wood and you're trying
That's
to
true.
build a ladder. Do you understand? So it's useless to everybody because you know and then you're not using it. You're not passing the information on. Again, you're not successful when you make money. You're successful by the amount of people that you can grow and carry on along or this journey with you, or how many people, how many lives you touch with whatever it is that you have. But I've been thinking of recent, and I mean especially about relationships, because everybody's in a relationship and it doesn't have to be romantic, whether it's with your family, whether it's with your friends, whether it is with your co-workers, whether it's with your allies, acquaintances. However, there's a relationship everywhere, right? And sometimes as individuals we feel certain things. Now there's been a lot of talk about mental health for the past, maybe strongly for the past 5-10 years now. And with the awakening or the awareness of mental health, a lot of people have also started to see some traits in them, maybe either trauma responses or behavioral traits, or just character, different things in their probably family line or DNAs that has just passed over time and has come to different people, right? And sometimes we can also get caught up in our feelings as human beings.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes some people have gone ahead to sometimes interpret their feelings as facts.
Yes.
And I say this because when we speak about communication, it is important for us to communicate. Remember that I started this conversation first from have we become more aware? And if we have
Mm-hmm.
become more aware, do you think that that awareness has also brought about a certain level of sensitivity? Because
Yeah.
now you could be talking to somebody and trying to communicate something to some person. Oh, please, you're overstimulating me. Please, I
I
need
don't
to
have
go
time for
and
those human beings. All those human beings are doing. Once you say certain words around me, oh, yeah, oh,
listen.
I beg.
There we have so many tags these days. There's so many words. Sometimes some people are talking and legit they're speaking English, but I can't understand them because they're saying
Mm,
so many terms and so many. You are cognitive avoidance. You are
mm,
dependent. Chill, please wait. I'm still trying to get a hold on what I want to eat for breakfast. I don't even know how I'm feeling yet, and you have already gone so far as to start like saying all these things. And for me, sometimes it's overwhelming. I must
it
I
is.
must
It
honestly
is.
say.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so overwhelming because back in the day, okay, something happened between me and somebody today. If between me and my cousin today, actually, I'll just call it what it is. A cousin of mine, we're not constantly talking, but the person said something to me, and you get as I read that message, and I just be like, "Oh, my, this your talk, that we get as it be. Why you go write me this kind of message?" But on the flip side, I thought to myself that, and immediately I said that to my cousin. Like immediately I said, this your message, get as it be. My cousin just says, sorry, like no vex, like I beg if you don't the vex, just hold it.
Mhm.
However, we're taught as people not to have certain conversations. We don't really talk about our feelings. However, we are people who act largely on our feelings and we take
Yeah.
our feelings as facts. And now in this age where um a lot of families have before I continue about with this age, a lot of families have drifted apart because of the way they felt about something. A lot of relationships have also drifted apart just because of the way they felt about something and never talked about it, right?
Yeah.
It's very difficult to have conversations about feelings. However, it has become even more sensitive this day. Today now, if you want to say, so you want to say to someone, oh, you've hurt me in a certain way, the conversation, especially for people who don't like to be accountable and who can be very dismissive of other people's feelings,
Yeah.
it's very difficult to converse. So there's a lot happening at the same time. We have become
Mm-hmm.
aware, we have become more sensitive, we're trying to be more expressive of ourselves without being vindictive, without being mean, and just expressing ourselves as politely and as respectful as we can. How respectfully as we can. However, there's just a lot of sensitivity going on. You don't know whether to talk to a person or not to talk to a person. Somebody's like, "Oh, your vibe is just off," and it's just like, "But I want to tell you how what you're saying is making me feel, or what I'm
Yeah.
feeling, so that we can chop it up and talk it out." And you're running away from my energy or from my vibe. There's also a lot of talk around people moving on from relationships, which is fine. Like that happens 100%. They say 20 friends cannot pay for 20 years. Facts, right? And this is not just for friendship. Anybody, you can outgrow any bond. However, I feel like we've also become more sensitive. Like it's a little too prickly. We're a little prickly about other people's feelings. So if I come to you and I say, "Oh, Ayo, you've annoyed me," instead of you to say, "Oh, um, how I'm sorry, how did I annoy you?" In fact, you might not even say you're sorry. You might say, "How did I annoy you?" Instead of asking that question, you want to try to then pin it on me to say like, "I beg you too, you're too touchy. Why you always?" Do you get? I think we've become
Yeah.
too.
Yes.
There's just a gray area. somewhere, and it's becoming more difficult for us to just be cohesive as people. I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
was giving a hand gesture, and I realized that nobody's looking at me. But it's becoming more increasingly more challenging to is do you communicate or you don't communicate, or is it obviously there are better ways of communicating different things, but sometimes we're so caught up in our feelings that we feel that those feelings are facts. Sometimes yes, there's intuition and there's feelings, right? Your intuition can tell you okay this thing, but sometimes your feelings take over your intuition and then you act on your feelings as facts sometimes, and then people start to what's the word, people start to express themselves from that point, and it's becoming so difficult because no, it's not about your feelings, the reality of things. Have a dialogue, chill, calm down, but anyway, what do I know, there's so much going on these days that it's a little too overwhelming to even communicate with people. You guys, and this is coming from me who it is
I'm a
what I do for
communicator.
a. Yes, I love to communicate. You know me very well. I'm ready to have a difficult conversation. I'm ready to talk about it. However, I always say this thing: there's always room for dialogue. No matter what a person has done, there's always room for dialogue. But what happens after then is then up to the outcome of the dialogue. To be honest, like I'm not that person that I lock down my chest and I'm no, we're too old for that, and life really does spiral, it
Yeah.
catches you when you least expect. Sometimes you feel like, oh, this person is not even about maintaining relationship, it's just seeing from another person's perspective. But many times we there's too much. It's overwhelmed. I'm legit overwhelmed. And I do not say this calmly, really. So overwhelmed. I'll tell you something that happened, Ariel. So I went to the pool when I went in to go and learn. And there was this swim mom. They call them swim mom or pool moms or swimming moms. I don't know. There's this swim mom who was there with her, like two or three of her kids, and they were,
Yeah.
she was having a conversation with my coach, and I was, listening to their conversation, and I was having panic attack. I was becoming anxious. I was feeling a little anxious, not panic attack. I was feeling anxious because there were a lot of children at the pool, right? And this is
Mm-hmm.
me who doesn't know how to swim. I'm not consistently exposed to kids, so I'm a little
Yeah.
queasy, right? And I tell them like, oh, you guys, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable with all these many kids here. And the mother was like, oh, so what they thought I was saying was that because I don't have children, I don't want to be around kids. And I'm like, no,
Oh.
that's not what I'm saying. And I kept on trying to explain to them that, like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there are a lot of children here, and there's that, children can be little whimsical. They're not a little, they throw caution to the wind. They can just do anything that they want.
Yeah.
And you being the adults there, you have to be vigilant.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with seeing children around, my vigilance has become heightened because I'm seeing too many children, right? My mind is just, are they okay? Is somebody, and but just by themselves, they can start screaming and shouting, are you drowning? Are you okay? I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure. Like, I'm the adult there now, so you expect me to be responsible. And that
Yeah.
responsibility is making me anxious. And that's what I was trying to explain to them. However, they were thinking, I was saying, oh, because don't I know? Don't worry. This is, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So then I get into the pool. And tell me why I get into the pool and two kids are fighting inside the pool. Tell me. And nobody's noticing it as them fighting. Everybody's just busy doing their own thing. Somebody gave two boys, one gave one a dirty slap. And that's how that one's eyes closed and he
Wow.
just fell into the water. I was like, see, I never even talk and finish now. It don't happen. And then that's when the coaches now started look, oh, what's happening there? What's going on? And I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's not that I don't like them. It's not that I don't like children, but however, you having children unsupervised sometimes, you expect that because there's an adult there, the person is watching. I don't want to watch your kid. I don't want to be looking that way. I only came here to come and ensure that I don't drown. Which one is the one that I'm now looking at what's happening? But hey, that was just one instance. There's so many others. There's so many other things that have happened that also sort of brought me to this headspace, and I just thought that I wanted to talk about it. You guys, tell me what you think about it. If you think it's fact, if it's fact or rubbish. If it's not, if it makes sense or nonsense. I think that's the thing. Anyway, that's what I just want to talk about real quick. I'm
Yeah,
running by my guy AOT2, see what's happening.
we
My
can
mental
solve it.
health is struggling, you know.
Oh, sorry. It's right Nigeria. Everybody's mental health is struggling.
See, please, you guys, let me bring it to this. But I've told the AOT2 now to go and see doing this stoic. And AOT2 has told me that I'm going to go and see during the stoic. And if you don't know during the stoic, I found him somehow on Deezer and I've been in love ever since. And his voice is amazing. His style of music is great. Ayo, thankfully can attest. Ayo, can you attest to this? Do you think Dre
Yes,
is great?
I can.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes, I need to go and listen to him so that I can calm down. Maybe I'll feel more joyous after. You understand? Just just a ticket. Thank you, sir.
All
I'm very
right.
grateful.
All right. Thank you.
Oh
Let's
my
quickly jump
word.
into X of the week. Where's that itself? Okay, here. Even though this X of the week is from Instagram, we'll manage it like that. Okay, this
What
one is
time?
from the Lenny, and he tweets, I never hear say I lost my phone for a very long time now. Everybody they guide like mad. Don't guide like mad now. When phone is 800, is 1.5 million now. Don't guide. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See,
If not
it's
much
not
phone is
even a
outside.
lie. Do you understand? Hmm. There's no cheap phone
Um,
again in this country. Even Techno and
mm,
uh,
there's
Remy,
nothing at
Abi
all.
Remy. There's no
Red mine.
affordable phone now.
Yes,
Yeah,
those
there's
which
no.
no, so that use palace or use better phone.
See, and away from that, like everybody really just be. Your phone is probably out of sight. First of
And
all those
again,
people that used to enter bus
yeah,
and they will hold their phone in front of them as if they're about to use their phone to pay for the bus fare. Please, people should put your phone away. Nigeria is hot right now. I'm sure they are stealing phones. Just that people are just probably too
you know why I don't
frustrated to
think
talk
I don't
about
think
it.
you know why I think they're not stealing phones? Because
Why?
any thief now, if you know say if you know everything all the thieves know that if you catch any of them now, the
Mhm.
way that tire, the way the tire and petrol will come out. Oh,
Oh my
in this
word!
first in this first car city, petrol will come out
I
5 liters.
swear.
They will lie to
Nigerians
you.
never miss it.
They
Honestly,
will lie
we
to you
never miss it.
before police can help you. That vexation they'll be using to hold, they will boil you into charcoal. No go try
The
am.
one with
I
the one
beg, I
for
beg.
Tinubu body.
I beg, I beg. Please, oh, everybody hold
Oh
your
my
phone. And if you
word!
are a thief, gotta look for a better occupation because people on the streets are not smiling at all.
You know all those people that used to do all those prank calls, all those not prank calls, but like all those stealing calls that they will call you and tell you that you should say your bank account number.
Uh,
Um,
what is do that one?
they're still doing it. Oh, what do you mean?
And people
Very
still
well
fall for
said.
it. People fall for
Did
it.
they? Hmm. You
Uh,
think that I think sometimes we had there's a lot of information in Nigeria, but it's how the information is trickling down that is the issue. First of all, it's not trickling down. Really, that's the
well,
truth.
that one do, sir.
That's part of the reason I want to go and buy radio because I want to be hearing what Nigerians are the average Nigerians are really experiencing because
You see what Nigerians
sometimes
are
can
saying.
jump over our heads.
Nigerians will say,
No.
Tinubu is a good man. It's just that the people around him are not allowing him to do what he wants to do. I say, okay, all right.
Facts. I actually agree with you. It's very possible.
Mm,
There are people who will say that
mm,
actually. Even as
mm.
the country is right now.
I'll tell you, in 1972, I really wanted to do what Tinubu is doing now, but we know the outcome. Now we need to be fast so we can help the Mr. President. Mr.
I love
President,
it.
I know, I say
Mr.
yes.
President.
Mr. President, you want me to? You go kill me. Mr.
I
President,
love it.
I beg.
It's our
Speaking of the
president that is on
president,
work stay.
that's what I was going to say. Now, speaking of our president, he has gone on work stay. He was taking small leave, and has gone to his favorite country. You know, Buhari had England. Yaradua has Saudi Arabia. So Tinubu has France.
Love
There's a
it.
little joke. There's a little joke in that. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you know. So Baba has seen that there are some wears and tears. So Baba went to go and oil the parts that needed to be oiled, and the parts that need to be
See,
changed, they go change them. Mm.
please, what is work stay?
Work stay. Say ain't go work, but ain't go stay for that place. You have to break it like pigeon. You're using English.
Mm,
No, you go work, oh, but ain't go they stay for that place. They work. So you go to work for France. Yes, it's going to France. Just a
mm,
little bit, it's not easy. Nigerians are like goats. We know they hear word. So
I
Baba won't go
understand.
rest. You know, he won't go rest. And only befitting that him going to France right now, he has to go in his new jet,
Bam,
presidential
bam,
jet
bam. I
that
understand.
Akpabio lied to us. That's he said there's nothing like presidential jet request from the presidency on his table.
Mhm.
But look at God, the jet appeared. The jet
Out
appeared,
of the
ladies and gentlemen.
sky.
You have to give it. No, you have to clap for Nigerian politicians. It just
I
came out.
love
It
it.
just came out. Shout out to Akpabio.
Honestly.
Shout out to Tinubu. Shout out to Shetima. Shout out to the person that sold the jet. Shout out to everybody. You've done a wonderful job. So our president has gone. I don't know how long he's going for. Maybe it's normally 2 weeks. It could
Mm.
be longer, it could be shorter. But thank you very much, Mr. President, for jetting out of the country when it's first scarcity. It just shows how
Hardship.
yeah, it shows you how much of a father you are to the nation. That you are living at this point where, because you know that the first scarcity cannot kill Nigerians anymore as it is.
Mm.
We were born in first scarcity. We grew up in first
Literally.
scarcity. Some people had their first relationships in first scarcity. Some people lost their marriages in first scarcity. What do you mean again? Some people lost their jobs queuing for fuel. So what do you mean? You know that Nigeria cannot die.
Facts.
We will move on. So he decided to leave us and leave us with a keg of kegs for us to go and queue at the fuel station.
For work
Uh-huh.
life balance.
Work life balance, yes. And we some people they will do Zoom meeting at Connoy tomorrow morning as a day like this. They go
Honestly.
they'll do Zoom meeting at Connoy because they're
To
looking
be
for fuel.
honest.
They're looking for
Mm.
fuel. Shout out to the sixth largest exporter of oil in the world, Nigeria. We keep demystifying our stupidity, and I don't know what else to say again. Mr. President, please,
Of
when you are
our
coming back,
politicians, though. The
our president,
stupidity of our
yeah, politician,
politicians.
please also, Mr. President, as you are coming, I have a request. Please just bring croissant, original croissant,
I love
because when they
it.
say Lagos is buns, now buns, now Ghana buns, they talk about. So we
That's
need
not true.
croissant. Croissant. And please, I need like an Olympic pin that can pin on my street or
Souvenir.
something. Yes, thank you very much. You can just go and branch Eiffel Tower. Yeah, I know it's very close to where you stay, so you can just go there and bring this thing. If there's another request, sir, we'll ask you. Thank you very much. You go to, do you have
So
anything
you
for the
say you
president?
send them.
Do you want the president to bring Eclairs? Eclairs, this
I
thing
don't
for
want
you.
him to bring anything or I think that it's really tone deaf of the president really to be leaving the country for work stay right now, trying to balance your work life when the people that you are governing are not balanced in any way, form or manner. Inflation is hitting us, FX is risen, there's no fuel, there's no food, transportation is difficult, there's no electricity, everything is in shambles and you're thinking about a work I mean leadership by example. This example
Yes, yes,
is
yes, yes.
really funny,
And
you
they've
know.
not given us a date when he's coming back. They just said the president will return to the country after his brief work stay
Whenever.
in France. Shout out to
City
him.
boy up. That's
So
what's
far,
up. The city
so
boy is
far,
not here for you guys.
yeah. So far, the president has been to Equatorial Guinea, the United Kingdom
Mm.
twice, Bissau, Guinea-Bissau twice, Kenya, Port Novo, Benin Republic, South Africa, Ghana, India, and Dubai. Also, he
In
went to New
all
York.
1 year.
He went to New York to go and to go and see the Queen. Saudi Arabia twice, Germany once, Ethiopia, Senegal, and Qatar. Shout out to our Oliver Ajala the travel district
Gulliver
president.
travels.
Uh-huh. Shout out to him.
Gulliver
Please, when you are coming
travels.
back, also bring fuel for us. I mean, I need like 500 liters. I don't know how many Ugochi asking now. Maybe say go come down and say, Daddy,
I
don't bring
beg, I need
anything for us.
inverter. I don't want that. Therefore, they should go and sit down with it because it can't be like say the fuel. Please, is there a subsidy? Abi, there is no subsidy. Which one is short for and subsidy and not subsidy but short for? What the fuck is really going on in Nigeria right now? I'm so confused.
In the internal words of a great Nigerian poetess, Omawumi Megbele, I repeat, I quote her succinctly, please. If you ask me, now who I go ask?
Listen, that's such a jam.
See,
The matter
it's,
where we see.
it's either of two things. He did or he didn't day. But the way it's looking like now, it's like he did.
It's the more
It
you
looks
look,
like
the less you see.
the more you look, the less you see. In Nigeria, you explain Nigeria to you and you understand, they don't explain that well.
It's so wild because they're saying because of FX. So there's this platform I follow. I think we are Gist or something. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
GST Gist.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you try to simplify the big complex words, bogus words that the media uses to portray these simple things, right? So now NNPC is saying that the government is owing them because they've had to take on 50% on of the purchase cost for petrol when it is imported, right?
Yeah.
So at landing cost it is 1,200 naira per liter, but
Mm.
currently the pump price of fuel of petrol of PMS as it should be is 600 naira at the filling stations. However, that's not the reality. But we all know that there are filling stations are not saying anything less than 800 or 700, 700 between 700 to 800 naira. And now NNPC is saying that they've been offsetting that 50% that we have not been paying for, and so the government is owing them some trillions
Mm.
apparently. However, because of FX, this is not subsidy. That the subsidy is a government aid. The FX, because of the FX difference, they are the ones taking on that 50%, and so the government is owing them and needs to pay them back. However, the government is saying instead of NNPC paying dividends and royalty, blah blah blah, to the government, they should use that money to offset those monies that they've paid. So tell me, brothers and sisters, if subsidy was going to be taking away a certain percentage of the cost of PMS in at the filling station at pump price, how is it then possible that it is not the government paying a subsidy, it's them doing a shortfall of the
Hi, sir.
difference?
Hi, sir.
Please,
I
yes,
have another.
please, yes,
Let
Mr.
me quote.
Tayo, tell
Let me
us.
quote another great Nigerian poet, the son of Fela Kuti. His name is Femi Kuti, and he goes thus: Wonder, 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 wonder,
Hey,
wonder, wonder,
yeah.
wonder, wonder, till you turn
Yay,
to
to the Tonto
wonderland.
Wandara. That's what's up.
That is Nigeria for you.
They're really playing with
Also,
us in this country. Oh.
the NNPC said the NNPC has not come out to say his own that the reason why there's petrol scarcity is due to the rain, lightning, and thunderstorm in the country. They take us for idiots. They take us for idiots, really. I
For
don't
real,
blame
for
them.
real. Not even
They look
joking
at us and say
around.
that Nigerians are idiots. There's no
They don't
point
have sense.
at all.
They don't have sense. They don't have sense. How can we have sense? Please, first of all, which rain has fallen? I know that it's been drizzling here and there and it's been
Maybe other
windy.
parts of the country. Maybe other parts of the country.
So fuel is now electricity, Nigerian electricity, because Nigerian electricity is very susceptible to lightning and thunderstorms. Before the
Yes, ma'am.
rain, say once the thing done, they show say rain won't fall like this.
Where?
Never has taken lights.
Where?
Everywhere is dark. So now fuel is now following the rules and laws of
Mm-hmm.
electricity supply in Nigeria. First of all, okay, they said that because of the thunder, they not say rain, no. They say it's lightning and thunderstorm. No rain, no rain did not fall. It's the light from the sky is not allowing the truck drivers to move because
At all.
I'm I'm
The
confused.
roads are
I
slippery.
don't
The roads are slippery.
know. The light is too bright.
It was too bright for their eyes.
It's too bright for them to move. Like, how can they drive if the light is too bright? Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why. That's why no
Moving
fuel for the past 2 weeks.
at all, no at all. There's moving from their president that is on work stay, I be stay
Work
work, I
stay.
be work from home, whatever is doing, to our honorables in the Nigerian Senate. An interview with the former legislator Ishaku Elisha Abu. You might remember this man as the man who slapped a lady in a sex toy shop in Abuja.
Oh shit!
That's him. Yes, yes, that's him. He
That guy.
presented about not represented whatever he wanted to represent. Stated that his pay and other perks while serving as a senator total at 14.4 million naira, which is $8,000 today. However, he divulged that the salary today is about $29 million. Now that's I mean 29 million naira. Now that's not the
Naira.
problem. He said 29 million looks big on paper, just on paper. I'm saying this as a very honest man. I'm not trying to support the National Assembly, an institution that has been vilified. I've been a member of that vilified institution for 5 years. I'm not siding with them, but I'll bear the facts on the table. When I was in the Senate, my monthly salary and allowances put together was about 14.4 million. And at the end of the month, the company I founded, which I was managing director and CEO, when I won the election, I had to leave the company to go into governance. I had to start subsidizing my own life. So he's saying that when he was a CEO, he was
It was
living life.
any more.
But when he became a Nigerian
Okay.
senator, he started earning so
Try.
little. Just a small
Hi.
sum of 14.4 million naira. And this is go back to what Phoenix
Imagine.
was saying. This goes back to what Phoenix was saying. You can see how a Nigerian senator is complaining that 14 million is not enough for him. Look at that. Look at that. So I agree with
40 million
Phoenix now.
a month though.
Yes, which is now 18 million, or how much did he say? It's now 29 million. And he said the money is not enough. So he goes on to explain that they have to give people money in his constituency. He has to give scholarships. That the money is not enough sometimes. That he has to borrow from the governor of his state. That the governors earn
Actually.
more. So why shouldn't Nigerian senators earn more? I just said Ogun kill all of una in Jesus' name. You know that's two religion there. Ogun kill all of una in Jesus' name. So as Ogun they kill una, Jesus is cement am. Say there's no resurrection for you
See,
people. The afterlife, you people will not be raised. Once they blow the trumpet, you are going to hell streets. There's no point of them raising you again.
but you know, see, the funny thing about this, about the universe, is that that's not how it work. They will not be punished. They might not be punished. Let me
Ogochi,
not say they will not
wallahi.
be
Once
punished.
I
They
go to
might
heaven,
not.
once I go to heaven, I'll just go straight to the Holy of Holies. Say, sir, daddy, this is the grave of noisemakers in Nigeria. I
Just start
hereby
crying.
I hereby appeal that these people we should do appeal. Look into their case properly. These people did not really give their life to Christ. Look into their heart, oh Lord. They need to be where devil
See,
is.
see, I want to just get to heaven, just start crying and start pointing, just be pointing at them and be crying. No need, because words will fail you. You know, you might not be able to articulate the shege that they use your eyes to see. So you just have to start crying. So that, say this thing where they make you they cry is too much. It's so deep that you can see your accusers, you can see the wicked people. However, the pain is too much, so you need to cry. You
29
understand?
million, 29 million naira. Says this is not it's not much. It's too
Very
little.
mindful. It's a very
I like
mindful amount of
this is
money.
why I like the God of Old Testament. Leprosy for don't catch this guy right now. Leprosy on one street
For
event.
send fire
Just send down like that. Turn out
to
into
burn them
infidel.
up.
Turn out to cripple. With mysterious balls all over his body.
Oh, have you jumped on this trend? Very mindful, very demure.
Excuse me,
have
please,
you?
please. Let's,
Are
no,
you?
I
You're
don't know.
tired of
I
it.
don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Please.
See, this senator is very mindful. He's very mindful of the fact that the minimum wage in this country is 70K, and 14 million every month. I be 29 million naira every month is not enough for him. Very mindful, very considerate, very cutesy, for sure. definitely that. Because how? But you know what? The truth is that I actually sort of agree with him in a sense. Hear me out. Nobody should beat me first. Hear me out. His business might not have been making money. Oh. We don't know. We can't really tell if he was making a lot of money or if he was not making a lot of money. However, 29 million, really, if you check it right now, what kind of 29 million? Which car can he buy 29 million for his stature? Not for his status, for his stature.
Mm.
What car can he buy for 29 million right now?
These are the
That Land Cruiser.
EUs. These are
Yes,
the
now.
EUs. These are the
That Land
EUs.
Cruiser that we have been talking about is over 100 and something M. So, like, how will he be saving? Do you expect him to save? A senator from an
The
oil
Federal
producing
Republic.
country, like, from the
Sen-
wealthiest. Do you understand?
Senator of the Federal Republic. Mm. God
Do you
knows.
expect him to save to
God
buy
knows in
it?
the Senate.
How
God
now?
knows in the Senate for there.
They are sitting there. They are sitting for their own life for the for the benefit. Because I don't the whatever they're sitting down for, Sha, doesn't trickle down this way anyway. Because I don't get it. I saw some news during the week where they were talking about Dakwa Biodun owing China a certain amount of money, and then they
Um,
accosted our
when I read up on that story, because the story is still unfolding, I will let you know. I'll let you know.
okay.
But the person that caused it is
Okay.
no longer in power. That's the thing. He's the former governor, not really Dago Abiodun. He's the former governor.
Eh.
Yes.
But the planes that the private jets that the PGs that were held in France,
Nothing
is it the
problem.
one that they've used to carry our
No.
president to?
He has a new one. He has a new one. He doesn't do he
God,
doesn't do
I
old.
beg.
Doesn't do old. He does new.
Do you
Yeah,
understand? And
or Tokumbo. Sha. It's Tokumbo. I don't think it's new. It's Tokumbo. It's not Tia Rubber. It's
it
Tokumbo.
might be new.
You cannot
150 billion, I hear, is the cost.
No, it's not. It's not because they went to investigate who the seller was. So somebody owned it. So it was somebody that owned it. Not it wasn't.
Pre-owned. Mm.
Yeah, it got straight off from the hangar.
Still up and still. We don't get money, but we dey buy private jets, plenty private jets.
Ah,
I
what do
love
you
it.
mean?
They are holding three here, they are holding one here, another one is moving.
So much
For a
money.
country that is crying and looking for US aid because they have
Mm.
given us how many $1 million now for aid, US aid.
You're
For
not
a
going
country
to
that
add.
is looking for US aid, of course not. We're quite expensive. We have expensive tastes. You know what I mean?
So
We're living large.
mm.
We're
let's
living
leave
great.
our people, the politicians, and let's go to release therapy. So we promised that we're going to read the one from last week that we couldn't read.
Mm.
I
Anyway,
think yeah,
I
what do you say?
was Big Brother update supposed to come before release therapy?
No, you said you didn't want Big Brother, so there's no point. So.
Yeah, I know.
And that,
I told you, but we did not tell our listeners.
okay, so there's no Big Brother because our correspondent did not watch.
There was no light, my dear, and too many things has been going on. I beg. So I've not caught up with Big Brother in since the last time we recorded till now. To be honest, I know there's been some fights in the house. Hani and Wandy had a fight with one of two of Flourish. Ruti. Omo, ayo, that fight. Ruti was telling it all and saying it all about our DJ twins. However, I don't know. It sort of died down, and then they got evicted the next day. Flourish got evicted. I think there were two evictions last week. Oh, Flourish and Strees got evicted. But some drama has started to pop up in the house. I see. I don't know all the details of all of them because this house, I think they're a little mindful of the fact that they're on TV too much. But
Don't
yeah,
I'm also shocked there.
they'll be fine. They're a little mindful of being on them being on TV, and I hear that Ibuka stirred the waters a little, but I really haven't even delved into the gist of it because low key, I think I'm a little bored of
No, you
this
see,
Big Brother.
we are tired. Please let's move on to
Yeah, I'm
something else. I
actually
beg.
a little bored. I don't know. Multi-choice, great work you guys are doing, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like this Big Brother. Whenever any housemate leaves the house previously, you just see like a whole media round going on different platforms. You'll be seeing different housemates, but it's been a little quiet.
You
I don't know
don't
if
get
that's
time.
intentional.
You don't get time again, I beg.
Yeah. Anyway, no Big Brother update. Pretty much just
Alright.
the small one that
So,
I've heard just now.
so
Release
this
therapy.
yeah, I send it to you now. You can just
Yep.
check it.
Um. So, Esquire, this one is for you. It says, "Hello guys, I'm John Doe. How are you doing? I hope you all are all right. I'm kind myself. I don't know when they say I'm kind of myself. Okay, I don't know. I have a little dilemma. I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend or ex at this point for close to a year now, and everything has been peaceful and loving for okay, I don't know. And everything has been peaceful and loving. I'm certain I've found the one for me. Never talked about We've talked about everything from love to travels to relationship aches to red flags to kids to what we want and all those things, and we are pretty much on a good standing. I've even talked to my friends and family members about her, which I haven't done before, and everyone is excited. A little backstory. There was a time early in our relationship we had a big issue. It was almost cheating and we had a big fight. But she was able to prove to me beyond doubt that it's not more than what it was. It's not more, and there were collaborative evidences that I couldn't even deny. So that went on, and I'm not saying this to vilify her. I'm just trying to say we've had our ups and downs, and here we are today. However, last week she texted me and said we need to talk, and I tried to hear out washing system. I'm confused. Okay, I'll take that again. However, last week she texted me and said we need to talk, and I tried to hear her out. Washing system that we talk when I get home from my school. I'm getting home. I called her, and she wasn't. I think she wants to say she was in tears, but said she
Volunteers, yeah.
wasn't. Yeah, she was in tears. I asked what was wrong, and she said that I called her and asked about what she was seeing. However, last week she texted me and said that we need to talk. Du-du-du-dum. And I tried to hear her out and told her that we will talk when I get home from school. On getting home, I called her and she was in tears. Asked her what was wrong, and she said she had called her dad and he had asked her about who she was seeing. She told him about me and everything important about me, only for her dad to say she can't marry someone who is from Ondo State. She explained that her dad said that in the family there was a history with people from Ondo, Osun, and Oyo states being from having marine spirits, and that was very wild to me. She further explained that her dad had told her that she would be disowned if she was seen with me or seen talking to me. Deep down, I believe she's saying the truth. However, I'm suspecting that I was played. What makes it worse is that she's one of the best humans I've ever met. She's very good. She's very kind. And it's just shocking all this information is coming after all this while. I'm just in a big dilemma and I don't know what to do. Help.
My dear brother,
Daddy Gio.
thank you for sending this message. They want to do you leg over at the end of the day because which marine is in Ondo, Osho, and Oyo State? Please tell me the marine that is there. Let me know
They
the
get water
marine.
now.
Okay, I understand you. It's not okay.
Ikogosi
Just
water
two
springs.
things. If they're saying this, that means they don't want you in the family, and just let the girl go. So there's no thing as oh this is only the only person I'm going to be with. It's a lie. There are many fishes in the ocean. Shout out to the marine people. Uh,
Move it.
Even if this is a lie and she's coming up with such a big lie, that means she's not feeling you, bro. Just let it go. Not be by force. Go and look for somebody that
Fact.
won't go and look for somebody that won't go and concoct a Nollywood movie so that they won't so that they can break up with you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Trust your gut feeling, trust your trust what your mind is telling you, trust your intuition at the end of
Mm.
the day. It's not cool. Ask the girl 1 on 1. Do you still want to be in this relationship? If she's still doing marines, thank you. Okay, I've gone. The marine people have left you. Enjoy your non-marine people. It's simple as that.
I love it. That was very direct, Ayo. That's what's up.
Yes, now, Coco.
Really. Yeah, so because if her dad is saying that she can't get married to you and he influences her decision making, then there's not much that you can do about that, to be honest. She's kind, she's good. Is she good or is she kind? I feel like they're two different things. But he says that she's good and she's kind. So um one of two things: she really wants to be with you and is ready to defy all odds to be with you, or she really isn't just feeling you, and her dad saying those things to her is probably a big excuse to also bolt from you. However, as I rightly said, you guys should have a conversation about this relationship. Obviously you're very much invested in this relationship emotionally, mentally, physically. Have a conversation. If it's something you guys still want to rock the waves, why not? If not, goodbye is the hardest thing. It's hard days to say. Goodbye is the hardest thing to say. I don't know. I don't know how to sing it right now, but the lyrics has left my head. The redeem has left my head. However,
Ele,
if it's
sorry.
not for you, then it's not for you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
don't stress it.
yeah. Don't stress it
Actually,
at the
don't
end of the
stress
day.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Since we've done the affairs of the heart, let us round up with prop of the week. First of all, has to go to a young Nigerian who is doing very well out there. His name is Asha Kine or Asha King or Asha Kine, I
Hmm.
guess. Instagram content creator, no, I would say content creator guy online.
Hmm.
And what he does is tries to put a smile on people's faces, miss random
Mm-hmm.
people, takes them to a shopping mall. They can buy anything they want to under a certain amount of time. And these are people who are below the poverty belt, and they just go
Why
all out
not?
and buy things. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that. That's what it's all about. Sometimes my tell them,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's for myself, and when they finish picking everything, he just gives them everything, all what they've picked,
Mm-hmm.
and say it's for you. And you can see the happiness in people's eyes. Some people cry and whatnot. He also does the thing where he goes to a random school, picks up a babe, and say, okay, all treats on me. Like everything you want to do this week is on me. Massage, your nails, your hair. Takes you out to go
Pamper
for
session.
yeah, all the pamper session treats and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and also dinner, and it puts smiles on people's faces. Nigerian social media is filled with a lot of bottom barrel human beings. I'm very sorry to say, but people like Asha Khan still gives us hope that there are good people out there that can give us wholesome content that we can enjoy.
Yeah.
It's not force fed. Nobody's shaking ash. Nobody's being half naked and telling us about one pastor that is doing fake medicine. It's well
Please
behaved
don't kill me.
content. Well behaved content. Somebody is not coming out from prison and now acting as if it's a mommy water and water wants to carry him
Yeah.
away. This is
Okay.
something that all the family can watch. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ashakai, for giving us hope online because
I'm
lately
putting
we are
smiles.
hopeless. Yes.
I beg why this kind of hopeless. We are not hopeless, so we have hope
Okay.
that this our life will be better. Please, we are see hope. Keep hope alive. We are forever hopeful. As long as there are good people in this world, we are hopeful. This is me with my daily dose of inspiration.
True.
Even though
True.
inspiration and motivation is not enough, but really big ups to Ashakine. I know there are also in organizations that also sort of back some of the things that he
Well,
does.
Bankos, yeah, yeah.
Big shout out to them. They're doing amazing. I would like to meet this guy in person. He seems very vivacious. He looks very like feel full of life.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I think he's doing such a great work, a great thing. And he does it with such a huge smile on his face. He's not perturbed if anybody's looking at him or they don't believe him or anything. And let me tell you the thing I really love the most. You know that he's on dreads and all of that. Like he has this locks on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's how he's
Yeah.
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 I love that he doesn't look like the conventional. Nigeria, we feel like if you wear a suit, you're a good person. If you dress a
Mm.
certain way, you're a good person.
You're
I
a
like that
responsible
he's just
person.
really, do you get what I mean? I like that he's just really being himself. And with that, he's attracting the energy that he's giving out. He's giving out a lot of positive energy and he's attracting all of that. And I hope that people don't see him on the road someday and attack him or anything, because Nigerians sometimes, they like use our eye, they see better
Go.
thing.
Yeah.
If you see if you see him, I go jack and for trouser and all of that. But like, big ups to him and big thanks to him for all the things he's doing. I know it's not for clouds. We know it's not for clouds, well, which is most important, by the way. Not most important, but it's also important. So yes, big ups to him.
Cool. All right, we're going to flop of the week, and this is our people in the NDLA, as Nigeria is entering or is suffering from a drug problem, serious drug abuse problem. The Oga of NDLA says that drug tests should be mandatory requirements for university admission. I don't think that's the solution, sir. I think you or men should focus more on how drugs are being imported into this country. I don't think doing mandatory tests for university undergrads is the key to solving drug abuse in this country. I could be wrong, but okay, I think NDLA has a lot of more things to focus on than chasing undergrads who want to go to school.
See, I don't know, because first of all, these drugs are expensive. Let's get some things clear. The drugs that they want to be, they're saying that they want to test teenagers for that want to enter university. The amount of drugs, that the cost of the drugs, they cannot afford it. First of all, if they are affording it, who knows how they're getting it really. The people that are really consuming the drugs, the people in the high and mighty places that are really consuming these drugs, how come when you want to enter office, nobody check you? That are you doing
Yeah,
drugs
so
or are you not doing? Or be you
not
have
even drugs,
exonerated yourself?
not even drugs. Are you mentally okay to live
Do
in
you
this country?
understand? I think that's what we need to also demand a mental evaluation of our leaders, because some of them are, it's obvious that they are not okay. We can tell from what is going on. Because Omolomo that wants to enter university to go and read a curriculum that has been in place for decades is the person that you want to be checking. What's the essence? Why? Like, from personally, I don't know. What's the essence of doing drug tests for kids in university
It's just to
or
show that
about
it's
to gain
working.
admission
It's
into the
just to show that
university?
it's just to show that it's working.
To show that what is working,
That
if the
he's
drugs are
working.
working.
No, if
Oh,
the
okay.
NDL is working.
I mean, there are certain roles that need drug checks, right? Like if you're driving, or um if you're in the health sector or something, those things. But like somebody that is going to school to go and learn, why are you checking? So if they are found positive of this heavy drug use or intake, what then happens? No
You go do
admission.
for organizer, you go become no. You go do for organizer work.
You not check Nigeria in the past how many years. People know they even want good learn any work again. No? Everybody don't turn chairman, or they won't do sharp mago to the answer.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go and learn handwork again or skills. Oh. So,
Mm.
like, if you're saying that this is going to be a requirement, because that's the problem with Nigeria. Sometimes we there are some good ideas. I'm not going to throw everything out, the window, but like there's some good ideas. However, what's the follow-up plan for the idea? So if the kids test positive for drugs, what happens next? Do they put them in another institution, or they send them back to the streets and leave them to their own fate? Or what exactly, like, what happens after? What's the essence of it first, then what happens after? Do you get what I mean? I don't see the
I get.
idea or the
Yeah.
head of it, but that's why it's the flop sharp. Anyway,
Yeah.
big
Okay.
shout out to our politicians and
Shout out to them.
policymakers.
Shout out to them.
Yeah,
Okay,
as
guys. It's a
always.
wrap. It's a wrap. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for enduring with us. with all our Nigerian wahala at the end of the day.
Yes,
One
ma'am.
day we shall overcome. We shall prevail
By
by God
force. We
Almighty.
have
By
no
God
other
Almighty.
choice.
Yeah, yeah. Just to repeat again, if you want to send us fan mail, send it to fanmail@234essential.com, and also release therapy.
I think we forgot to do something at the beginning. We forgot to apologize for the episode not coming out yesterday.
It was Loose Talk's fault. It was
If
Loose Talk's fault. They know.
okay,
If they are listening to
so
Loose Talk, they know why. It's Loose Talk's fault. It messed up the whole week for everybody.
okay, so me, I wanted to say that. Oh, Ayo, do you have something to say? But you have put it on Lost Talk, so it's
Yes,
Lost Talk's
yes.
fault.
Loose
It's Lost
Talk's
Talk
fault.
fault.
Yes. You
Yes,
can petition
we were
them.
ready to go.
You can petition Loose Talk. Yes. But
Exactly, we're
thank
ready
you guys
to
for listening
go.
to us. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you for
so
listening to
thank you
us.
guys.
That's it at the end of the day now. Peace out.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Please remain kind. Keep the hope alive. Yeah. Have a great day.
Bye.
That bye was so like bye done. Let's go. Love